right on this dating app most of you have already heard of. I matched with this very handsome, bearded and tattooed creator. The time I embarrassed myself on a date by trying to be more interesting. It's been about 6 months since this incident, and I'm still trying to shake off the embarrassment. I was swiping through a popular dating app, and I matched with a charming, bearded man with tattoos. He was polite, funny, and had a cheeky side that really caught my attention. We met for dinner at a quaint little restaurant, and at first, the conversation was a bit stilted. We discussed our work, school, and hobbies, but it wasn't exactly a spark-filled conversation. As I was getting ready to write him off as a potential second date, I thought it would be fun to mix things up. That's when I made a huge mistake. I told him I was originally from Latvia, a Baltic country, and had moved to the area. I know, it was a terrible idea. But I thought it would make me sound more interesting and exotic. To my surprise, he perked up, and we both started to enjoy our time together. We ended up having a great time, and he asked me to join him and his friends for drinks at a nearby bar. As we arrived at the bar, he introduced, "Not your family? Want give you coffee then?" Okay, so this happened when I was like 13. My niece and nephew's grandma was over my sister's while I was there as well. I was staying a week. Their grandma was a sweet woman but very particular about only gifting things to her grandkid. Not the family? I recall an incident from when I was around 13 years old. My niece and nephew's grandmother was visiting my sister's place, and I was there for a week-long stay as well. Her grandmother was a kind-hearted woman, but she was quite particular about showering gifts on her grandkids alone. She also expected everyone to cater to her whims. Given my upbringing, which emphasized respect for elders and a willingness to lend a hand, I kept my tongue in check when she took the kids out for ice cream without including me. I even put away her dishes from lunch after she returned with new toys for the kids, but I didn't receive any gifts in return. Despite this, I chose not to expect anything from her, reminding myself that I wasn't entitled to it. I spent hours playing with my niece and nephew, genuinely thrilled for their new toys. When she started asking me about swings and parks, I became hopeful, thinking we might be heading out together the next day. However, when my sister and her husband mentioned taking the kids to the park, their mother asked if I'd be joining them and my sister inquired if she'd include me. Her response, "Oh, of course not, she's not my AITA for choosing my dad over my mom." Throwaway account because my friends know my original account. I'm posting this here because I believe some of you all can understand my point of view and guide me through the right path. Thank you in advance. My 15F parents filed for D. Divided loyalties. Am I in the wrong for choosing my dad over my mom? Throwaway account because my friends know my original account. I'm posting this here because I believe some of you all can understand my point of view and guide me through the right path. Thank you in advance. Recently, my parents filed for divorce after my dad discovered my mom's infidelity with someone she's been seeing behind his back. This revelation crushed my dad because she was his high school sweetheart. What struck me even more was that she got pregnant with her new partner just days after revealing her secret to my dad. I've never seen him cry before, but this event broke him down, and I couldn't help but feel a deep sense of disgust towards my mom. I've always been closer to my dad, as my mom struggled to provide me with the love and care I deserved when I was younger. She would often neglect me and make me feel unwanted. This dynamic has created a strong bond between my dad and me. When my mom asked me to distance myself from my dad and be by her side during her pregnancy, I felt no obligation to do so. I believe my mom wants me to be her unpaid caregiver, and her true intention is not to have me as AITA for telling my coworker I will cover up my shoulders when he starts wearing shoes. My workplace doesn't have a dress code, so everyone dresses very casually. Today I was wearing a top with thin straps with long pants and my shoulders were showing. One of my coworkers, Bree. Am I the asshole, AITA, for suggesting my coworker should dress more formally before I do? In our relaxed office, where there's no dress code, everyone dresses very casually. Today, I wore a top with thin straps and long pants to work. However, my coworker, Brian, kept giving me disapproving glances throughout the day, which made me uncomfortable. I decided to confront Brian about his behavior, and he revealed that he felt I was dressing too provocatively for work. At the time, Brian was wearing extremely short shorts and no shoes, a common sight in the office. He only wears slippers when using the bathroom or kitchen due to the carpeted floor. Feeling a bit insulted by Brian's remark, I responded by saying that I would start covering my shoulders when he starts wearing shoes to work. In essence, I told him that if he was okay with his own relaxed attire, then I would adjust my dress accordingly. Unfortunately, my comment didn't improve the situation. Brian put on his headphones and ignored me for the rest of the workday. Now, I'm questioning whether I overreacted. As coworkers, we should strive for good working relationships, but I felt attacked and lashed out. AITA for telling my boyfriend that if he wants me to dress and present a certain way, he needs to pay for my clothes and hair and nails and time? I'm a woman in a career field which really doesn't care about appearances. My boyfriend is in a job where looks matter more. Invest. Am I the asshole for expecting my boyfriend to compensate me for dressing and presenting a certain way to support his career in investment banking? I'm a woman working in a field where appearance doesn't matter, while my boyfriend is in a job where it's crucial. He wanted me to attend work-related events, dinners, and happy hours with him. However, he said that his co-workers' partners dressed professionally and had designer clothes, hair, and nails. He claimed it was essential for success in his industry. I pointed out that, just as he expected to pay for his own professional expenses, I shouldn't be responsible for his. I requested that he cover the costs of designer clothes, hair and nail appointments, and time spent getting presentable. I also suggested that if he wanted me to act a certain way, beyond my usual social self, it should be treated like work and I should be compensated for my time. He thought this was unfair, saying that attending events with him wasn't like work. I explained that if I was presenting an image for business development purposes, that's not socializing, it's labor. He eventually agreed to pay for my expenses and time. When I told him how much the cosmetic appointments and time spent on them cost, $700, AITA for walking out of my husband's birthday party after he started laughing at me? IF32 just completed my treatment for a medical issue that affected my body. I had gained weight due to this medical condition and also medication, and none of my old clothes were fitting anymore. Am I the asshole, AITA, for storming out of my husband's birthday celebration after he broke into laughter at me? I recently concluded treatment for a medical issue that significantly impacted my body and led to weight gain due to the condition and medication. Unfortunately, my wardrobe had to undergo significant changes as my old clothes no longer fit. I purchased new, more comfortable clothes, but when my husband asked me to wear one of my old dresses for his birthday party, I agreed despite feeling uneasy about it, especially given my recent weight gain. As I arrived at the restaurant with my sister, my husband's family and friends were already present. Upon seeing me enter, he suddenly burst out laughing, pointing at my dress and saying, "Oh my God." His friends followed suit, and one even whistled mockingly, turning his head in a way that seemed to imply he was staring at